From Hollywood, California, the makers of Old Gold cigarettes present the Comedy Theater, the only radio program that brings you every week the greatest stars in the greatest comedies. Tonight's play, True to Life, starring Dick Powell, Victor Moore, and Rosemary DeCamp. And here is the director of the Old Gold Comedy Theater and your host, Harold Lloyd.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know, someone once said, the movies should be more like life. And a wise man answered, life should be more like the movies. In tonight's story, True to Life, we're going to attempt to show that radio can be like both. Now, in the part of Link Ferris, I've cast Dick Powell.
Thank you. Well, say, Harold, you forgot to tell everyone what kind of work I do.
You're Link Ferris, and you and your partner, Fletcher Marvin, are the only two writers in radio making $1,000 a week apiece, while you're the kings of the daytime serials.
Well, Kings ought to get more than that. I got to see my agent.
Well, no, wait a minute. You weren't supposed to say that.
All right, Harold. But you know, as one of the country's leading authorities on comedy, whom have you chosen to play Pop Porter? You know, that calls for one of the biggest actors in the character business.
Right. So one of the biggest characters in the acting business is going to play Pop Porter. Victor Moore.
It sure looks like I'm getting a business around here.
Why, Vic, Pop Porter's a wonderful guy. He spends most of his spare time with his inventions.
Yeah, well, say, Harold, who's going to play my daughter, Bonnie? Bonnie's an awful nice girl.
That's right, and she's pretty, too. Well, Bonnie's going to be played by Rosemary DeCamp.
Will I do, Pop?
Why, you're the spitting image of Bonnie. In fact, you are Bonnie.
Now, is everyone satisfied as to which is which?
Which is which? A fine show. I listen to it every Wednesday night.
Well, that's great. That's fine, Victor. All right, now then, let's get on with the story.
Far away.
All right, Harold.
Now, as Link Ferris, Dick, you and your partner, Fletcher Marvin, are being read the riot act by Mr. Twitchell, president of Lemon and Twitchell, the advertising agency that pays you to write the radio adventures of Kitty Farmer.
We've lost 1 million listeners, and if you don't know what's wrong with your scripts, I'll tell you. It's Kitty Farmer, your heroine. She's phony. She's counterfeit. Now, unless you make that girl real and believable, you're fired, both of you. And that's final.
I think the man's angry.
No, Fletch, old Twitchell's right. Live at 1,000 a week has made us soft, and our writing shows it.
Oh, you're nuts.
I'm going to go out and meet some real people.
Well, while you're about it, Genius, see if you can find a real flesh-and-blood Kitty Farmer.
And how did you get along, Link?
Well, not so hot, frankly. Finally, I was so hungry that I dropped into a lunch wagon out in Sunnyside. I just finished ordering roast beef with all the trimmings when I discovered that all I had was a nickel. So I changed my order to a cup of coffee. The girl behind the counter brought me my roast beef anyway. Nothing I could say would convince her that I wasn't broke and hungry. But Bonnie Porter was like that, and she was pretty, too. Later, walking home with her, I said, well, tell me, Miss Porter, how come you're working in a lunch wagon?
Oh, because my brother wants to be a doctor and my kid sister needs her teeth straightened. My pop works in a bakery. He hasn't had a raise in 10 years. Besides, well, here's where I live. Come on in.
No, you think it's all right?
Oh, sure, don't be scared. Come on. Anyone home?
Now wipe your feet good, Bonnie, and don't come tracking mud into the living room.
This is Mr. Ferris, everybody. My mother.
How do you do?
My brother, Clem.
Hello.
My kid sister, Twips.
Hello.
Oh.
And that's Mom's brother over there, Uncle Jake.
Well, how do you do, sir?
Hello.
Oh, Pop, come on up. I want you to meet someone.
Be up right away, Bonnie. Got my hands full.
Dad's working on one of his inventions. It's a hobby with him.
Well, Bonnie, I think I got one that'll work this time.
Pop, I want you to meet Mr. Ferris.
Huh? Oh, how you doing, Mr. Ferris? I'm glad to know you.
Well, how do you do, Mr. Porter? I'm glad to know you, sir. Tell me, what sort of an invention are you working on?
Invisible paint.
Oh.
You see, you paint something with it and you can't see it.
Mm-hmm. That should be wonderful for camouflage.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about it, though.
Huh?
Yeah, I mixed up a batch of it, and I put it in a can, and I painted the can with it. Now I can't find it.
Some paint.
Mom, tell that brother of yours to mind his own business.
Mr. Ferris, Uncle Jake and Pop don't speak to each other.
Where are you from, young man?
Mom, Mr. Ferris came into the diner tonight, and he was hungry, so I thought maybe he could live here with us until he finds a job and a place to stay.
Finds a job, place to stay.
Oh, well, the way you followed me around, I knew you didn't have any place to sleep tonight.
Well, now look here, Bonnie. I'm not running a hotel.
Oh, don't pay no attention, Mr. Ferris. We got plenty of room. Mom, your brother can sleep down the cellar with the rest of the mice.
Now, you sure you're not having trouble with the police, Mr. Ferris?
No.
Well, I guess you can stay tonight, anyway.
Oh, gee, swell.
Oh, quiet, Twips. Go and get some fresh sheets.
He's got a shifty look in his eye.
Tell your brother he's looking in the mirror.
And that's how it all started. I had found a real Kitty Farmer. It was Bonnie Porter. I stayed on with the family and let them think I was out looking for a job. Actually, though, I was taking down everything they said. No one suspected that Fletch and I were putting the Porters on the air as the Farmer family, true to life. Not even the president of Lemon and Twitchell, who said,
Boys, I've read your first script. Congratulations. Why, Kitty Farmer's warm. She's real. She's human. And that family of hers, oh, they're wonderful. If you keep it up, you can keep it up.
Oh, there's plenty more material where that came from, Mr. Twitchell.
Fine.
Hey, Link, what kind of a dame is this, Bonnie?
oh, very ordinary. You wouldn't like her, Fletch. Not your type at all.
Now, suppose Bonnie, Kitty, met another fellow. Rich, suave man about town. You know, give the story new complications. Don't you think, huh?
No, I don't think. Go on, pound that typewriter.
By the way, Mr. Ferris, when are you going to get a job?
Oh, now, Mom, Link hasn't really had a chance to look yet.
Say, there is a job down at the bakery.
Oh, Link, you could take it until something better comes along.
Well, thanks, but I'm expecting something.
If you ask me. Oh, Twips, get away from that radio. Your food's getting cold.
Okay, Mom, I'm just tuning in on the Farmer family.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you another episode in the new series, The Farmer Family. As our story opens tonight, Pop Farmer...
That's a pretty bad show.
I've got a great idea for a submarine that flies.
Some submarine.
Don't you think we better have some music? Here, I'll change it.
Oh, sit down, Mr. Ferris. We want to hear this.
If your father had a little more gumption, he'd ask for a raise.
That reminds me of someone I know.
Sounds just like Mom.
No.
Link, what's the matter?
Well, I've got the... I better...
Here. Hold your nose and drink some water.
Oh, there's only one thing that will stop it. I gotta sing.
Now, Mr. Ferris, you get away from that piano. We want to hear this
so there she was, yes, there she was.
Link,
But
I didn't know you could sing.
Well, that's just it. Your mother thinks I don't want to work because I won't take that job at the bakery. I've been trying to do something with my music. Oh, listen, Bonnie, do we have to have that radio on?
No. Uncle Jake, turn the radio off.
I want to hear this program, if you don't mind.
Tell them we do mind. There. Say, Link, do you know Nellie Gray?
Well, I think so. How does it go?
Oh, my darling Nellie Gray, they have taken you. Now, who is that?
Well, that's probably the neighbors complaining. I'll go.
And who was at the door, Link?
Well, it was good old Fletch, my AWOL partner.
A-W-O-L?
Yes, a wolf on the loose.
Oh,
He passed me by as though I were a total stranger and asked to use the telephone. Kept his finger on the hook while he called the cops and reported a phony holdup. He must have wanted to meet Bonnie pretty badly because he was dressed fit to kill. I was wondering what the bounty was on a wolf pelt by the time he said,
Well, I'm afraid I must be going. And, Miss Porter, tonight has been an adventure in more ways than one.
Oh, thank you. If you ever get held up again in this neighborhood, drop in. There's always someone home.
Well, I'll just see Mr. Fletcher to the door.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Now, listen here, Prince Charming. Get back to the castle and start typing.
Hey, Link, nice setup. I'll be glad to move in and do the research. Say, that Bonnie's a honey.
Listen, brother.
Mr. Ferris, I want to speak to you a moment, privately.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Ferret.
Ferris.
Yes, I'll see what I can do for you.
Now then, Mr. Ferris, I just thought I'd better tell you, at 5 o'clock in the morning, you either get up and go to work at the bakery, or you get up and get out.
What time did you say?
5 o'clock.
Oh, that's what I thought you said.
5 o'clock in the morning. To anyone who isn't used to it, that's an awfully early hour to get up.
You can say that again, brother. You get out of bed, you're half groggy, the room is dark. First thing you know, you trip over your slippers and fall flat in your face. You start to get up and you hit your head against the bureau drawer. That certainly is one of life's minor annoyances.
Why be irritated? Light an Old Gold. Yes, smokers, there's a world of solid comfort and pleasure in an Old Gold.
So you're up now and somebody forgot to turn on the heat. Your teeth are chattering like a magpie. You take one step, and this time you fall over one of Junior's toys.
Why be irritated? Light an Old Gold. Old Gold's tobaccos are conditioned with apple honey, and this special conditioning process helps hold in the natural moisture, helps prevent cigarette dryness.
By now you're in the kitchen. The coffee is weak and cold, and the toast tastes like charcoal.
Why be irritated? Light an Old Gold. It's such a grand tasting smoke. Old Gold is a unique blend of many choice tobaccos, including imported Latakia tobaccos for extra flavor. Extra flavor, extra pleasure, plus apple honey, which helps guard against cigarette dryness. That's Old Gold. Try a pack and see for yourself why they've tripled in popularity.
Yep, this is Harold Lloyd again. Mom, Pop, Jake, Fletch, Link, and Bonnie. All of them true to life. Well, let's get back to our confusion. So, you took the job at the bakery to stay on at the Porters, eh, Link?
Yes, but that wasn't the worst of it. Fletch started a campaign for Bonnie, sent her orchids and a note. It was a dirty trick, and besides, my conscience was beginning to bother me. So right after dinner, I went to see Fletch at our apartment.
All right. So I did send Bonnie some flowers.
Oh, I'm through. As of now, I consider the Farmer family orphans.
Why, Link, old man, you're not jealous of little harmless me, are you?
Well, that's got nothing to do with it. The Porters are nice people, and I'm through using them.
Well, it's not hurting them any.
It'll hurt them plenty if they ever find out about it. And I can't keep that radio of theirs out of order forever. No, it wouldn't be so bad if we could just do something for them.
Well, I'm for that, Link. Listen, I'll go down to the bakery in the morning and fix it up with the boss for the old man to get a raise, a big one. We'll pay for it ourselves. Hey, that'll go good on the show, too. Pop gets a raise.
Can't we ever do one human thing without getting our pound of flesh?
I knew you wouldn't let me down. Hey, you better get to bed. You have to be at that bakery at 5.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting so little sleep these days, I've got white circles under my eyes.
Yes, sir, Link. Why, the boss ain't never given anybody over a $2 raise, and he gave me 10. I'm in the upper brackets now.
Oh, you deserved it, Pop.
Well, I bet you if that donut machine of mine had worked, he'd given me 20.